Welcome to East-West Horizon. This is California. I'm Sylvia Tian. America has more guns than any other nation in the world, and that number continues to grow each year. After fighting for their independence, the Founding Fathers enshrined Americans' right to firearms in the Second Amendment. This spirit of personal freedom and liberty has carried down through the years and is evident in America's gun culture today. After conducting over 19,000 interviews as part of the 2021 National Firearms Survey, researchers found that the Me Too movement, the COVID-19 pandemic, and the unrest following the murder of George Floyd have all contributed to increased gun ownership among American women and Asian.
你们今天来做什么的？
打枪，
经常来这边吗？
一般1个月来1次吧。
为什么会选择要一起打枪？
这个好玩啊。
不是家访吗？
家访是其中一个，但是还是要平常多玩玩练，有兴趣才好。要不然的话，家访到时有什么问题，你枪拿出来都不知道。但是家访是其中一个了，因为人家有枪，你没有枪的话，你肯定吃亏。所以人家有枪，你也必须自己有枪。然后偶尔玩一下作为娱乐也挺好的。
Are you in trend of owning a gun? Check how many guns do you have in your household. Because of this constitutional guaranteed right, Americans own more guns per capita than any other country. So, how many Americans own guns? Let's take a look. How many guns do you have?
I've got 2 with me right now.
Which one is the best gun that you use?
My 44.
Did you make your own bullet?
I do.
How come?
Because it's cheaper.
Tell me how much is for one bullet you make and how much you buy
To
it.
buy them at the store, it costs you about $2 a bullet. For me to make them, it costs me about $1.50.
So each month, how many bullets you will use to practice?
Depends on how long I stay.
For example, usually, how long you will stay?
I can go 500 rounds in a day.
32% of Americans say that they personally own a firearm, according to the 2021 National Firearms Survey. That means that more than 81.4 million Americans own guns. When you include family members who lived in the same household as a gun owner, that number jumps to 41% of all Americans. Gallup has this figure estimated at 44% of households. The Pew Research Center has done extensive survey work on gun owners, gun ownership, and what American adults say and think about guns and gun control. America can be roughly divided into thirds, with about a third of adults owning a gun. Among that same group of Americans that don't own a gun, half say that they might personally own a gun in the future, and a third say that they would never own a gun. There are estimated to be over 400 million guns in the United States between police, the military, and American civilians. Over 393 million, that means over 98% of those guns, are in civilian hands, the equivalent of 120 firearms per 100 citizens. The average gun-owning American has 5 firearms. There were nearly 40 million guns purchased legally by Americans in 2020 alone, according to FBI records. This was higher than any other year on record so far. 2019 was the second highest year with a little over 28 million firearms purchased. This means that firearms purchases jumped by nearly 40%. 42.2% of all gun owners are women. 57.8% of gun owners are men. According to the Wall Street Journal, previous surveys have shown that for decades, women made up only 10 to 20% of gun ownership.
What makes you want to buy guns at that time point?
For safety.
Home defense?
Yeah.
Are you live by yourself or with your family?
I live by myself.
Do you think it's very important for single women to protect themselves?
Absolutely.
Many people are surprised to learn that gun ownership in America cuts across racial lines. Researchers know that gun buyers are increasingly diverse and are becoming gun owners for a variety of reasons, including increasing insecurity caused by rising crime, racial tensions, and the pandemic. Asian households own the least firearms in America. This has to be changed. Under the circumstance of Asian being attacked in the public space, Asian in all needs to pick up the trend of owning more guns in America to be more like American.
买枪的原因，因为我那个社区就是拥枪的比率都比较高了，所以我不想觉得太不一样吧，就大家都有枪，我也就有枪的时候。
哦，你的社区是什么样的一个人口结构和比例？
主要基本都是我觉得工薪阶层，都是白人居多一些。
Digging a little deeper, we find that the demographics of gun owners are changing. According to 2021 National Firearms Survey, since 2019, nearly half of the first-time gun buyers are women. In that time, 3.5 million American women became first-time firearm owners. According to the 2021 National Firearms Survey, researchers found that the Me Too movement, the COVID-19 pandemic, and the unrest following the murder of George Floyd have all contributed to increased gun ownership among American women and Asian. Beyond the data on the gun ownership in America are the reasons that Americans choose to purchase and maintain firearms. While the reason to purchase firearms vary widely, the most common is self-defense. Over 2/3 of gun owners list this as the first reason that they personally own a gun. Among them, urban and suburban gun owners are more likely to list personal protection as their primary concern. Would you like to purchase a gun in the near future after getting the above numbers? Please leave comments and let us know what you think about the gun owning issues. Thank you for being with us, and I will see you next time.